You're listening to WSTU Stewart.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
Very pleasant good evening. Time for Small Biz Florida with Mr. Tom Kindred.
Good evening, and welcome to another segment and installment of Small Biz Florida, the podcast and broadcast that's all things business across the Treasure Coast and the entire state of Florida. Small Biz Florida is brought to you by the Florida Small Business Development Center Network and is produced by the Florida SBDC right here at Indian River State College. Small Biz Florida is designed and produced to highlight and promote business assistance resources, celebrate entrepreneurial success, present best practices, and most importantly, provide timely business information for Florida's small business community. I am Tom Kindred, your host and former small business owner and operator. Good evening, Greg. How are things in your world?
Well, the Pioneers have a new mascot.
Well, I don't know whether you could call it new or we have a mascot.
You have a mascot.
Right.
Now,
I don't know that we've ever had one.
Well,
so.
I've got to find out if the president is actually going to dress up in the peregrine outfit.
I don't know, but I like that idea. That's right.
I think that's a good idea.
I might. That might be a good side hustle for me. I might apply for that job.
Yeah, Tom the mascot.
Tom the mascot.
All right,
I like
President. If you're listening, you got it. Tom's applying for the mascot job.
I want to dress up. I've always wanted to be a mascot. So
boy.
Maybe this is my chance.
It could be, yeah.
So everything's all right. I guess we're sort of in between sports, so no real sports update, or what do we got going on?
Summer camps.
Summer camps are starting. That's right.
Brand new floor in the gym.
Nice.
$250,000.
Okay.
And thank you very much, by the way. I don't think they told you. That's coming out of your...
Oh, is that coming out of my budget?
It's coming out of your budget. Somebody should have told you.
Well, that's all right,
You got a big budget.
We got a big budget. Real quickly, want to let everyone know that starting Tuesday, May 31st, we have got a new round of our digital media boot camp starting with our very own Leanna Haig, digital media marketing specialist. This is kind of a change up to your normal average everyday 2 or 3 hour workshops. This is a full 4-day, 16-hour boot camp. We're going to take you through all kinds of training on how to improve and better understand your digital media strategy. And on the last day of the boot camp, you're going to actually do some work. So excellent program coming up. I encourage you, if you are looking to understand and improve your digital media strategy, I would get involved. You can always find that just by calling us at 336-6285, and we will get you signed up and registered for the boot camp. All right. With that, I want to quickly get to our first guests this evening because they're my favorite air conditioner folks. It is our very good friends, Kimberly and Edwin Restrepos, and they own True Temp AC of Port St. Lucie. I just was informed I have to add that PSL at the end, right?
Sure, that's what we're
That's
located.
Port St. Lucie proud.
That's right. Listen, you guys, engaged a number of years ago with the SBDC. You participated in our Business Accelerator program and Edwin, you and Kimberly have done incredible things with your business. Listen, we at the SBDC are proud to just have been around when you started all this. So you recently came and made a presentation to a new group of Business Accelerator Program participants, and what an incredible story. Kimberly, you did an excellent job of talking about the challenges of starting and getting traction with a new business. So I've really been looking forward to this discussion with you. So I appreciate you both taking time out. I know after a full day you'd like to just go home, so we appreciate you taking time out. And welcome to Small Biz Florida.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Greg.
All right, so let's get started quickly. I'm excited. So just both of you just kind of give us a little bit of a quick background, or one of you can tell the whole story. Just a little background on your path to starting and launching True Temp AC of PSL.
Well, I started like everybody else at the bottom of the pole. I started digging. Believe it or not, I started digging when I saw that the newspaper back in the days, it was on the classifieds newspapers, and it says, "We will train." And it was an air conditioning company, and I'm like, okay, I will be cool all the time. Yeah, right. The first day in my job, they hand me a shovel and said, "Here, you're gonna go with the backhoe. Where he cannot dig, you're gonna be digging." So that was my
Your humble beginnings.
My beginning.
Yes, right.
I did chill water piping there, putting chillers for schools and libraries. On the same company, I worked with ductwork. I did fiberglass and sheet metal. And from there, I moved on to installations. Moved on to another company, did residential installs. That's where I learned a little bit of electricity. And then from there, I went to do supermarket refrigeration. That's where I really learned controls and just everything. Supermarket has everything from refrigeration to ventilation to heating to cooling. So that's where and then over there I did, I was a supervisor. I had 14 guys under me. And I figured that with my knowledge and Kimberly's knowledge, we could take on to this task. And she can tell you a little bit about her background.
Yeah, go, Kimberly.
I'd say with over 15 years of experience in construction management, we knew that with the skills that Edwin had and the skills that I brought to the table, we could create our own company and provide excellent service to our customers here in Port St. Lucie and all of the surrounding areas. So he went for it, got the contractor's license, and that's it. We started True Temp, and we're going in 5 years now.
Yeah, I was going to say, how old is the company? 5 years.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, we're coming up on our
So
5th year.
4th of July is actually the date that they call us and told us that we had the license. So that's Independence Day, right? That's also our Independence Day.
Nice.
That's when we don't work for nobody. Actually, I like to take that back. I don't have one
You
boss.
work for Kimberly, I think.
1,500 bosses.
That's right.
Those are my
your
customers.
customers and Kimberly.
Yes.
1,501.
Yes. Close one.
Right. So
wait a minute. If my air conditioner breaks on the 4th, you gonna come out?
he will for a price. Yeah.
It depends what time.
Right. Give us a little history of the company itself, Kimberly. Kind of talk. You did a great job the other day of articulating the story and some of the challenges. Talk about, because I want to make sure we really talk about the company and what you've done with it, because you've really done amazing work in growing this company. So kind of start us in the beginning and take us through that path a little bit.
Okay, well, as in the beginning when we started, we were like, okay, where are we going to find our customers? How are we going to establish a customer database and, gain a good relationship in our community? So we learned a lot from other small businesses, and we had the wonderful opportunity to join the BAP program with the SBDC and IRSC in the city of Port St. Lucie. So that was an excellent program where we got to learn so many different skills, everything from SEO to marketing to customer relations and financial spreadsheets. So from there, we were able to really establish our feet pretty good in the ground. And, Edwin would go out and meet with customers and marketing and networking with other groups where we would really start to establish trust with our customers. And now they also return to us, and they also come back to us with referrals for their friends and family.
Nice. Yeah. What brand of air conditioners do you represent? What's the equipment brand?
I don't get kickbacks for any of my suppliers, but one brand that we typically install is Rude. They are made by Ream Manufacturing, and I can get parts in 3 different places in town, so I can get my customers up and running usually within no time. Also, I have not had any major callbacks as of some other brands.
And then, you started as a typical small business, right? You one van, Edwin doing the work, Kimberly running the office. Talk to us a little bit about growing the business as you began to grow, and where are you now? I know we talked the other day, looking to add a van, hiring people. How does all that kind of, how did that look as you grew? Were there growing pains? Did you have to deal with some issues? And where are you now with all that growth?
Well, like any other business, budget-wise is not tremendously big, so I had to start with my own pickup truck. I soon knew that I needed to upgrade. I upgraded to a 1990-something small minivan, Astro van, and from there on, the first summer, I said, well, we have to change, and we bought our first big van, and that's the one that we do our installs and has everything in it. Now we have a smaller van, which is mainly for service, and we are actually in the process of buying another vehicle. We have a new member of our team starting on Tuesday, so True Temp is growing.
And you started the business like most small businesses. You were renting a facility, and I think you've grown to the point. Didn't you recently purchase a facility? Talk a little bit about, again, those kind of maneuvers and those kind of moves.
Mm-hmm.
We did. For quite some time, we were renting a very small storage space just to store materials and units and equipment. And then we realized we're outgrowing our home office as well as this storage space. We knew that we wanted to possibly rent something fairly close to home where we could still be locally, centered for all of our customers. And we had the opportunity to purchase a warehouse space that's located right off of Bayshore, and we jumped on it. So we knew it was the perfect opportunity, and that'll be a year now in July. So we're very excited about the new warehouse space, and now we can actually have customers come and visit our office.
And you talked, Ed, when you talk about the purchasing of the vehicles, and I know that when you tell your story, sometimes you talk about it was so important that as you started the business and grew the business, that you built not only relationships with customers, but you built relationships with suppliers like Rude, as you mentioned, but you talked about building relationships with a local bank. How important was it that you built that relationship with the bank, so when it came time to grow the business, you walked in, you said, you know us, you know what we're doing, we need access to some capital to buy a van. Talk about that relationship and why that is so important.
Well, South State is is or was
Right.
one of the people that put some money for the class that we
Right. They sponsored the
they
BAP.
sponsored,
Right. They
right.
sponsored the BAP program.
And when we graduated, the first time that we were going to buy the van, I went to the dealer and they wouldn't want to give me a
Right.
loan on the company credit.
Right.
They will give it to me personally, but not on the company credit. So I told them, no, I want to
Right.
do it. So I went up to them, even though I was not banking with them,
Right.
and they actually gave us a loan that was 1 point less than the actual dealer, and I was not even banking with them. So we actually we decided not to go that route because I had the cash flow to buy it outright. But when it came down to buying a building, we actually went back to them and we bought the building, our office.
And they
through
financed
them.
the building.
They,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right. and again, talk about so you really, I mean, you started, small, the two of you, pickup truck, home-based business. You've now, scaled it. You've grown it. You've got employees. Talk about some of the surprises, some of the things that really caught you off guard as you started this small business and grew it. Kind of what were some of those things you didn't expect and kind of caught you off guard a little bit?
Well, pandemic was a really big thing.
Yeah,
and
that's an easy answer, Edwin.
True.
And
That's
as,
true.
as as we all know, there is challenges with prices, with manpower, with shortages on materials. We try to accommodate everybody to the best we can without having to raise our prices. Sometimes we can get motors that are not maybe variable speed, and maybe we can't get it, and then we just
Right.
got to get them a regular motor. So those are some of the things that we can do for the
So now,
customers.
what about the inflation now? What has that done to your products?
Well, we have to raise our prices.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we have to be competitive.
Right.
If not, then I will go under.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Kimberly, for you, I mean, as you're running the office, what were some of the things that challenges that you just didn't expect that might help someone else looking to start a small business? What were those things you didn't see coming?
I think some of the challenges that we never expected were manpower, for one, just trying to find the perfect fit. And we're lucky now, we have a few of those, and that really helps because then we can continue to service all of our customers and take on additional workload. And then I would say another one is just kind of growing pains.
Right.
How fast do you grow? How slow do you grow? What is too fast, and how
Right.
do you kind of just govern that to make sure you're still setting yourself up to be successful?
And in that growth mode, like you talk about, how important is really understanding your financials, really understanding that cash, because you can grow and then find yourself a little strapped for cash. Is that a pitfall of that kind of growth? Did you feel some of those cash pains and having to deal with that?
I know a lot of small companies can run into that situation really quickly. So we had to be, very careful to not set the company up
Right.
for financial failure. So that's one thing that, we're fortunate, and then to have such a great relationship with South State,
Right.
if we needed funding.
SBDC helped us a lot on that.
With the guidance and the trainings and the mentorship that they provide as well.
Right. I think you guys worked with Duke Evans.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Duke kind of went through, a little bit of financial training, and
Yes.
you found that helpful. And
Very.
Oh, most definitely.
We use it to the day.
Yeah. Yeah, still today we follow his practices.
All right.
Absolutely.
How does one find True Temp AC of Port St. Lucie? Give us a website and a phone number.
So telephone number is 772-607-1077. Again, 772-607-1077. And then our website is True, T-R-U-E, Temp, like temperature, airconditioning.com. True Temp airconditioning.com.
Listen, you guys are standout small business owners. Keep up the great work, and thank you for all you do for your customers and for the community. And with that, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more from Small Biz Florida.